Hi, welcome. Hearty welcome to you. So we are solving examples as part of properties of triangles. We'll solve a couple of examples in this session. So the first problem we are going to solve together is if sine square a by 2, sine square b by 2 and sine square c by 2 are in harmonic progression, show that a, b and c are in again HP. So we have to prove, given that these three are in HP, we have to prove that ABC are in HP. Now the starting point to do this problem is we know the half angle formula by which you know what is the value of sine square a by 2. We'll write it down here. Sine square a by 2 is nothing but equal to, since it is sine, a will not be there, so I will have s minus b into s minus c divided by BC, and you are squaring them, so there will not be any square root. So this is nothing but sine square a by 2. So we'll start with that and we will see how this goes. Okay, right. So my first step will be s minus b into s minus c by BC. That's nothing but equal to sine square a by 2. Similarly, I will write sine square b by 2, that is nothing but s minus c into s minus a by AC, and the next one is s minus a s minus b by AB are in HP. We know that it's given clearly already that they are in HP. Okay, right. Now seems to be a dead end, right? We don't know what to do from here onwards, but if you see the pattern how it is going, I have s minus b, s minus c, s minus a is missing here. In the second term I have s minus b missing. In the third I have s minus c missing. Similarly, if you take ABC, here a is missing, here b is missing, and in the third c is missing. So what I will do, I will multiply this whole thing with ABC divided by s minus a into s minus b into s minus c. What it will give me? If I multiply with ABC whole one after the other, if I multiply the first one, this becomes ABC by BC, that is nothing but A. Similarly, s minus b into s minus c by s minus a into s minus b into s minus c, so I will have s minus a. Similarly, if you look at it, you will have a by s minus a, b by s minus b, c by s minus c are in HP. They will be, right, because we just multiplied and divided, so they doesn't change because we are doing it to the all the three terms. You got it? What I have done here, I see that there is a pattern here. So what I have done, I have multiplied this with ABC and divided with s minus a into s minus b into s minus c. When I do that, ABC by BC will be A. Similarly, S minus B into S minus C by S minus A into S minus B into S minus C will be S minus A. Similarly, you will say B, these are in HP. Okay. Now, we have to prove ABC are in HP. Otherwise, can I say 1 by A, 1 by B, 1 by C are in AP? Because it's easy to prove in AP than in HP. What we do whenever we have to prove something in HP, we do it in AP, afterwards we reverse it. Okay. Now what I will do, I will reverse this and say S minus A by A, S minus B by B, S minus C by C are in AP. So can I write it as S by A minus 1, S by B minus 1, S by C minus 1 are in AP? Now I can remove that minus 1. It will be S by A, S by B, S by C are in AP. Again, I can divide this whole thing with 1 by S. if I divide with 1 by s, I will have 1 by a, 1 by b, 1 by c are in AP. That's nothing but equal to, if you reverse them, A, B, C are in HP. That's what we need. So here the starting point is, we have to understand how to get this simplified, because if you start with this you will never reach any solution. So what we have to do, we have to multiply with something and divide with something. We have to multiply here. I see BC, AC, AB, so I multiplied with ABC. Here I see S minus A, S minus B, S minus C, so I divided with S minus A, S minus B into S minus C. I got these are in HP. If I reverse them, they are in AP. Now I see that they all have minus 1. I can add minus 1 to all of them. They will become S by A, S by B, S by C. Now I can divide this whole thing with S, so that divide by S, right? If I divide by S, it will become S by AS, S by BS, S by CS. That is nothing but 1 by A, 1 by B, 1 by C are in AP. So ABC are in HP. So this is how we can solve that. Let's go to the another problem. A square by 4 into sine to C plus C square by 4 sine to A. Prove it. It's nothing but equal to delta area. Okay, right. Now first thing is, I will just apply the formula sine 2C equal to 2 sine C cos C. First let's do that and we will see from there how to move forward. So I will write a square by 4 into 2 sine of C cos of C plus C square by 4 into 2 into sine of A into cos of A. Now you can see here I have A cos C here and I have C cos A here. Okay. Now one approach can be, I can convert sin C into C by 2R and go for cos C equal to A square plus B square minus C square by 2AB, but it becomes more complicated. The easy one is, if you look here, you can apply here two things. One is the projection rule, which says that A cos C plus C cos A equal to B, and another thing what we know is A by sin A equal to B by sin B equal to C by sin C. This is law of sines. So we can apply projection rule and also law of sines. We can solve this in two steps. So if I want to apply projection, A cos C I have, C cos A I have, but in between I have sin C sin A. So what I will do, I will convert either sin A into sin C or sin C into sin A. So I will convert sin C into sin A. Now if I cross multiply this, I can see that A into sin of C is equal to C into sin of A, which I will leverage now. I will go back and I will leverage that. I will say A square by 4 into 2. Can I say this as 2? 2. So I can say directly A square by 2 into sin C. Sin C is nothing but equal to C sin A by A. I can write it as C sin A by A into cos of C plus C square by 2 into sin of A cos of A. Now if I simplify this, I will have A cancelling out. I have what I can take common here, let us see. I have A cos C here, C cos A. Other than that I I can take 1 by 2 common in both. Yes. Also I can take c common because there is one here c square and I have c, that means I can take one c common. Also I can take sin A common from here. Let us see what happens after that. If I take of c sin A, of c sin A, I am left with A cos c here, A cos of c, plus if I take of c sin A, I am left with c of cos A. You know that this is nothing but equal to half into, we know that A cos C plus C cos A is equal to B. Very sorry, this is always lowercase. If I do that, please don't do that. If I do that also, A cos A plus A cos C plus C cos A is equal to B. Always the measurement sides are in lower cases and the angles are in capitals. Okay. Right. So I have of C sin of A, and according to the projection rule, this is nothing but equal to B. That is nothing but of BC sin A. This is nothing but equal to delta. So that's what we have to prove. Now how we have solved this? First we have applied sin to C equal to 2 sin C cos C. Similarly sin to A, 2 sin A cos A. We see that I have A cos C, I can take out A cos C and C cos A from these terms, but I don't find any common terms. So what I have done, I have used law of sines and converted sin C into sin A's, so that I can take out common C by 2 into sin A, and what is left out is nothing but A cos C plus C cos A, and according to the projection rule, that's nothing but equal to, this is nothing but equal to B. So I have half BC sin A, which is nothing but equal to delta. So what we have applied here, we have applied the trigonometric identity sin to C equal to 2 sin C cos C. Then we have used projection rules and also law of sines to solve this simply. We'll solve some more examples in the next video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for visiting. Bye for now. See you in the next video. Bye.